What did I miss the most about not being home? The smiles on my children's faces. The friendships and bonds that we had created where we were residing. A lot of families, a lot of families that were neighbors to us on where we lived. The day that we were being evicted, they all came out to show support. Some of them offered money. Some of them offered advice. But most importantly, a lot of them, and basically all of them, offered their hearts and their loves and their prayers. And for the first half of our journey, going through shelter, that's what kept us through. For my 11-year-old daughter, she was, she cried a lot. She cried a lot because she missed home. And that's something that I've seen them do throughout the whole year that we were in shelter. They just cried, "Can we go home? Can we go home?" And we had to make up stories to explain to them why we couldn't go home. It was very hard to keep them happy through that process. They didn't understand, but at the same sense, they didn't care. They just wanted to be home. They wanted somewhere where they can call home. They wanted to be in their own beds. They didn't want to have to move again, or every 3 months we was in a different place and different boroughs. And I don't think people fully understand what happens when a family goes through a process like this. For my 4-year-old son, he was hurt, very, very hurt. He didn't understand why we had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning just to try to make it back to Brooklyn by 8 o'clock so that his siblings can go to school on time. He didn't understand why we were getting home so late because the trains are messed up, and getting in between the hustle and the bustle of the commute and being pushed and shoved around and no place for the kids to sit. I've been to Councilwoman's office. We've been to the Brooklyn Borough's president office and made complaints. We've been to 1 Center Street, the City Hall Public Advocacy Office, to make complaints about how desperately my children were being affected by this process and we needed a transfer immediately. Our cries fell on deaf ears. Nobody listened. Nobody took a chance to at least look into the story to see what was going on and how could they help. And everywhere we felt like we went for help, we got turned away. And it wasn't until partnership stepped in that we got the assistance that we needed. Within 1 week, we were transferred back to Brooklyn. And my children were much better off. You try as hard as you can on your own. But without support and help of an organization like the Partnership for the Homeless or the Family Resource Center, you get nowhere. You get the door slammed in your face. You get told no. You want to give up, but you can't because you have your children and your family to keep going for. And I don't think I would have been able to complete it without Partnership for the Homeless, because I started to give up. I really started to give up. The people that you meet here will give you a sense of hope. They will give you a sense of ease. They will uplift you when you need uplifting. They will secure you when you have an uneasy peace of mind. They will assure you when you're unsure. And they literally walk with you through your journey. I appreciate the Partnership for the Homeless, for our community collectively as a whole, not just my family. The things that I've seen them do, I see the lines around the corner for their Christmas parties. The children love their Christmas parties. The events that they host to involve the community, they don't give up. They're a prime example of what we need more of, and I would be lost without them. I received a call from a worker here at the Partnership, and she said, "I have good news for you." And I said, what's that? She said, I think I found you guys something. And I said, you sure? She's like, yeah. I'm like, that's great news. When can we go see it? She's like, well, you can go see it today. And when we went to see it, it was beautiful. The smiles on my children's faces. They were so eager to sleep in their own beds. They were so eager to help put the apartment together. The children wanted to help paint. They helped wash the windows down to make sure everything was clean and neat. They wanted to help buy the dishes and tile the floors. And it was just a beautiful thing that we used to do together as a family. And now we're able to do so again. So that was the best thing I can say upon moving into my apartment, the smiles and the joy and the excitement on my children's faces. I don't want my kids to go through the process that we've went through together collectively. I would hope for them to have everything situated when they finish and complete school. I want them to be stable no matter what they do. I can't predict what might happen because it's too far ahead for me to see. All I can do is try to guide them and show them through the journey that we're going through together now that this doesn't have to be you. This won't be you. You can make it. You can be and do whatever you want to do or be. This does not change who you are.